Hi, welcome to this week's G.I. Joe toy review. Where this week we will be doing three different versions of Snake Eyes. The comic book 2-pack that came with the Hard Master in the Ninja Apprentice Snake Eyes. The silent issue reproduction of 21A Snake Eyes and the 21B silent issue Snake Eyes. And of course, before we do our Snake Eyes video this week, we are going to do our shout outs of the week. First, at Back to the Media at 48 South Loudon Street here in Winchester, Virginia. We can get all, and I do mean all, of your video game needs, starting from the Atari all the way up to current systems, all games for each console, as well as they carry CDs, DVDs, Blu-rays, VHSs, cassette tapes, vinyl records, and more. So go ahead and check them out. And if you leave there, if you need some G.I. Joe collectibles, you can go to 80 Weems Lane and get your... Or you can you can go to 80 Weems Lane to get all your comic book needs from the Atari all the way up to... from Marvel, DC, and IDW. And all points in between, even Image and Devil's Due. So go ahead and check them out. And for all your toys and collectibles needs, you can go to the Walking Mall to 115 South Loudon Street and go to Time Traveler Toys and Collectibles, where you can get all your toys and collectible needs there. So go ahead and check them out. You can get G.I. Joe and Transformers and He-Man and Thundercats and all that other good stuff. I got this 2-pack from eBay, this 2-pack from eBay, and this 2-pack from Time Travelers. So I get 2 eBay shout-outs and a Time Traveler shout-out. But definitely check out Time Travelers. You can also go to, if you're hungering for some Jamaican food, you can go to Piccadilly Street in Braddock, which is the intersection where you can find Tropical Islands, the Jamaican shop. And you can go see Lloyd and his wonderful staff. It gets some great Jamaican food, so go ahead and check them out. Excuse me. So go ahead and do that and check them out and get some good Jamaican food. And while you're there, you can go and get some other good stuff. And after you leave there, you can go to you can go down to United Bank, or you can go to Bank of Clark. Both of them have good customer service. Bank of Clark, you get a same day ATM debit card from there, and as well as other good services. Just like United Bank, you get plenty of good services, but you got a 10-day wait for your debit card. So definitely check them out. And while you're there, so go ahead and do that. And if you're there at where was I going to go? Never mind. After you leave there, if you need your tree stump pulled, or you just need a tree removed, or you just want your tree trimmed, you can get a hold of Mixed Tree Service. So definitely check them out. Check him out. And Cobra Island is a proud supporter of mental health awareness. So you can go to 133 West Boscawen Street, Suite number 10, to Healing Grace Counseling Services to see Dr. Robert C. Brown. After you leave there, if Rob doesn't have what you're looking for, you can go to Northwestern Community Services and do what you need to get done there. So definitely go ahead and check them out. And while you're there, you go and get home insurance, renter's insurance, car insurance. Home, renters, car, vehicle insurance from State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And after you leave there with your newly insured car and you need gas in your tank, you can go to Sheetz. Why the Sheetz not? You can get your gas tank full and your belly full at the same time. So definitely go ahead and check them out. And while you're there, go ahead and do your thing down at you can go ahead and do your thing at Sheetz. And why the Sheetz not? So let's go ahead and get to our figures. We're going to start with the Ninja Apprentice Snake Eyes. As you see by his file card with the photo of the Ninja Apprentice Snake Eyes with the Arashi Kage logo. Card says, Ninja Apprentice, codename Snake Eyes. File name classified. SN classified. Sorry for the blurriness, y'all. That's why I don't mind reading it. Primary military specialty is infantry. Secondary military specialty is hand-to-hand combat instructor. Birthplace is classified. And his grade is an E7. So he's kind of got a promotion there. Snake Eyes was an enlisted soldier in the military and served with Storm Shadow. During one mission, Snake Eyes was severely wounded when his Long Range Recon Patrol, or LRRP, unit got into a firefight with the enemy. He owes his life to Storm Shadow, who dodged enemy fire to rescue his fellow soldier. Snake Eyes left the service to study mystic martial arts with the Arashi Kage clan, which also trained Storm Shadow. Snake Eyes became the star pupil of the Hardmaster and received the clan's hexagram tattoo upon completing his training. The quote at the bottom says, Snake Eyes was tempered on the anvil of life until he was as dangerous as a razor-edged sword flailing in the dark. The G.I. Joe team sheathed that sword and harnessed its deadly energy. But even they sometimes forget that a blade still retains its cutting edge within the safety of the scabbard. So let's take a look at this version of Snake Eyes real quick, starting with his accessories. Upraised G.I. Joe logo, codename Snake Eyes. And then he's got the sword in the sleeve, which contains his katana. Pretty sweet. You just slide it right back in. And he also comes with this wooden bow staff with two taped edges around on two different sides of it, which is pretty cool. And then we could take a look at this Snake Eyes. Nice gray ninja gi with the white belt, with the white tape around the calves and white boots. It's pretty neat not to see Snake Eyes in the traditional black uniform, but it's also kind of odd. But as you can see, the paint did kind of wear it off a little bit on mine. But the articulation is his head can rotate the full 360. His arm can raise to right about here. It can rotate all the way back the full 360. He can bend at the elbow. As soon as I get the swivel to work right, I can show you the bend at the elbow. There we go. There's the bend at the elbow. He can rotate. Well, let me get this perfectly right again. He can swivel at the elbow, as you can see. And he does have the wrist swivel. His legs can spread to where he can do the complete splits. His leg can lift at the hip so high. He's got the double knee bend. As you can see right there. He does have his ankle that can rotate. And he can bend at the ankle, which is pretty cool. And let's move on to our next Snake Eyes. Before I put all these guys in their battle gear, let's take a look at the next Snake Eyes, which was from 21A in the comic 2-packs. He did not come with a file card, so we're going to look at the accessories. Upraised G.I. Joe logo, codename Snake Eyes. Got his trademark Uzi, his ammo satchel, his knife, and his pistol. So let's take a look at this one. It's blue in color, which is the same as we looked at last week, but the blue is different with the yellow grenade this time. The Pfizer's playing it silver, but he's got the blue uniform instead of the black. Kind of reminiscent of the comic book coloring. Sometimes the black does come off as a blue, but his articulation, his head can rotate the full 360. His arm can raise about so high, rotate all the way around. His arm can bend at the elbow, swivel at the elbow. He can swivel at the wrist. He does have the ab crunch feature, which also I forgot to show that on this one. He does have the waist or the ab crunch feature. This Snake Eyes can do somewhat of a split. His leg can lift forward. I guess for ninja training they had to do the complete splits. For the army, it's not required, I guess. But he does have the. He does have a double knee bend, ankle pivot. His foot can swivel all the way around, and that works out perfect. That's it for that Snake Eyes. So let's look at 21B, which does come with a file card. And it says, G.I. Joe Ninja, codename Snake Eyes. I guess he went up from the Ninja Apprentice to being the G.I. Joe Ninja, with the picture of Snake Eyes, with the Arashikage tattoo with the G.I. Joe logo. File name classified, SN classified, primary military specialty, infantry, secondary military specialty, hand-to-hand combat instructor. Birthplace is classified, grades to E5. He got a devotion now on this one. It says Snake Eyes is the G.I. Joe team's most highly skilled ninja and has only one opponent capable of putting him to the test. Storm Shadow, the top ninja in Cobra. Snake Eyes does the impossible because he believes nothing is impossible, such as infiltrating and escaping from a heavily guarded Cobra facility. While his goal is to free the captured G.I. Joe team member, does he also leap at the opportunity to battle his ninja nemesis Storm Shadow? Their matching arm tattoos speak of a mysterious connection between these two martial art masters. Comment from Duke. So this is a quote from Duke. You never know what he's thinking, but you always know that when your back's against the wall, he'll be there to stand to fight beside you all the way. Nice comment, Mr. Duke. So let's take a look at his accessories. Upraised Cobra logo, codename Snake Eyes in the front. Of course, the same accessories as this one and the first two we looked at last week. Hand pistol, army satchel, knife, and Uzi. So let's take a look at this one, where he's got the same greenish grenade. But this one, the uniform is kind of tapered off, and where you can see the Arashikage tattoo. But it's the black uniform with the ripped up gear. So his accessories, his articulation is the same. Head swivel. His arm can stretch out. And he does bend at the elbow. As soon as I can get the elbow joint aligned right. There we go. Bends at the elbow. Rotates at the elbow. Swivel at the wrist. He does have the ab crunch feature here as well. His legs can spread about that far. Leg can lift up about that high. Double knee joint. His ankle can pivot out like this, as well as rotate. So let's go ahead and take a look at all three of these snake eyes in their battle gear. So here we are with all three of them comprised together in their battle gear, which actually I do like all three of these. This one is due to the way he looked like in the comic book. This one is in the after the battle with Snake Eye or Storm Shadow. And this one is the prologue or the prequel to Snake Eyes in the G.I. Joe team, G.I. Joe universe. But all three of these Snake Eyes I would consider top tier figures. I mean, if anything, you need to have Snake Eyes in your collection. Having the whole entire evolution of Snake Eyes would be totally perfect. But that's my opinion. But tune in next week as we do the classified Snake Eyes, as I re-review that one. So as for Cobra Island, now you know, and knowing is knowing, and knowing is half the battle. See you in the next one. Peace out.